The Knicks bounced back from an awful offensive performance on Sunday night with the win Tuesday night against the 76ers, and they're back-to-back. So let's talk about the Knicks with Eddie Presti from the Knicks Morning Brew. My man looking sharp, man. How you feeling?
Good, brother. How you doing?
Life is, in the words of Coming to America, it's a beautiful day in Zamunda, man. It's always beautiful when the Knicks win. Let's talk about that dub, because on Sunday night, they only put up 73 points. Tuesday night, they put up 106. What was different from the Knicks of Tuesday night versus Sunday night?
Well, the Knicks put on a defensive clinic in that game last night. They held the 76ers to just 37.5% from the field and 24% from the three-point line. They also out-rebounded the 76ers by 20, and they scored their points in the paint. They were a plus 10 in the points in the paint. They do those two things, the Knicks win ball games, Brandon.
You messaged me earlier when we were going back and forth on X. Quote, OG Anunoby effect is so real, and when he plays, the Knicks are a different team, and he elevates them to new heights. He was on the court last night, and my man balled out. Talk to me about the OG effect.
The OG Anunoby effect is the real thing. This guy elevates the Knicks to a whole nother level. They go from, sort of like would-be contenders to actual real contenders. I mean, they play a great brand of basketball. Last night, the team had 32 team assists, okay? That's their second highest assist total of the season. They were absolutely incredible last night. They spread the rock around. OG Anunoby literally creates offense with his defense. He's a game changer.
When you look at his numbers, 14 points, 2 assists, 4 rebounds, some people could be like, well, how? It's the little things that this man does, and that's what this basketball team is doing, a bunch of the little things. Another guy who balled out last night with the triple-double with cheese, Josh Hart. How big has he been for this team, and who has a bigger impact on this team, OG or Josh Hart?
Well, listen, Josh Hart last night was phenomenal. One of his best, probably his best game as a Knick. I mean, 20 points, 19 rebounds, 10 assists. It doesn't get better than that. I think he played his best game as a Knick. But when it comes to OG and Josh Hart, I got to go with OG Anunoby.
Oh,
I mean,
man.
The record speaks for itself. I mean, the Knicks are 15-2 with OG Anunoby. I mean, Josh Hart's been here for some time. They've been great with Josh Hart, but Josh Hart isn't always on. OG Anunoby, when he plays, the Knicks are a totally different team. And you could see the results. It's easy to see.
Yeah, and for the people out there that's going to try and be all up in your comments saying, oh, why are you comparing? We're not comparing them to say who's better or anything like that. We just talk about impact. Both of those dudes leave their heart on the hardwood when they play. So I'm going to put that disclaimer out there. If they hop up in your DMs, you send them to me. I got you, Eddie. We've had ourselves a nice sample size of the OG effect. When this team gets Julius Randle and Mitch Robinson back, does that make them contenders in not only the East, but the overall NBA championship?
Okay. It depends how Julius Randle comes back.
Okay.
If we get 80% of Julius Randle and if we get 80% of Mitchell Robinson of what they both were in January and in December, the Knicks have a chance to get to the NBA Finals. They really do. And if we get 100% of Julius Randle, of the guy he was in January, and we get 100% of Mitchell Robinson, the player he was before he was injured, I wouldn't be shocked if the Knicks were in the conversation for the title. I really wouldn't, Brandon.
Do you worry about chemistry when they get back since they've been out for so long?
I do. I think both players, in particular, I think Julius Randle needs at least to get 10 games under his belt because we've seen Julius Randle. He's come back from injury, and he doesn't always look that great. But then give him about 10, 15 games, and Julius Randle ramps up, and he's ready to go. And I think the same will be said for Mitchell Robinson. Give him about 10 games. He's going to be on a minutes limit when he comes back. Give him his minutes. He could share those with Hart, who's also on a minutes restriction. Give both of those guys time at the center, and they're going to make a big, big difference for the Knicks.
All right, let's talk about the next 3 games. They're on the road: Portland, Sacramento, and Golden State. Thoughts on the West Coast road trip?
All right, it's a 4-game set. Listen, Portland, that should be a winnable game, but Portland's no joke.
Yeah.
Okay, they play hard for their coach. Coach Billups has them always showing up, even though they're a young team. The Knicks should get the win there. Then they go on to Sacramento. They haven't been great there over the years. They haven't won there all the time, but let's hope that the Knicks could get a win there. And Golden State, I don't know. That could go 50-50. It depends if Steph plays. If Steph doesn't play, they should get a win there. And then they go on to Denver. Denver's the only team I could say that's a loss. I think that's a loss. I think Denver's the best team in the NBA, head and shoulders.
All right, Eddie, tell the people where they can find you, my man.
You can find me on X at Eddie Presti _, or you can find me on at Brew Crew Sports Network on YouTube. Check me out there. I do the Knicks Morning Brew every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. And I'm also at 11 a.m. And I'm also doing the Mets Evening Brew starting opening day at 9 o'clock at night. So you can find me on the Brew Crew Sports on YouTube. Thank you, Brandon.
A man of many talents. I love it. Thanks for hopping on with us.